So I'll explain what boy sober means. Uh, and I guess you could do it either or, but they call it boy sober. It's when you decide for however long not to date anybody. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not dating nobody. I'm just done for like a year. I think that we've all done that
like
before.
Abstinence type stuff, or just
no. I'm not going on a date. I'm not talking to you. I'm doing none of that for at least. And you set you set your own time frame for it. But I know people who have done that.
That's highly responsible.
I think so too.
Like,
I think
so. Like, are you going through a drought, or are you just making the
no? You're talking about it being on an involuntary situation. I'm talking about you make a conscious effort to say, I'm not dating anybody. I'm going to date myself right now.
Include the dating part?
Everything.
Not doing none of it.
Not doing nothing. Not even communicating.
Wow. Never in my life. But highly respectable though, and honestly, it's been a study or something that was done like when you're in a relationship. So let's say, for example, you've been dating someone for like 8 years. They say that you should give yourself at least 3.5 to 4 years of that time. We call it boy sober time. To heal, learn what you've learned from that respective relationship, and then move forward. If you've been in a relationship, they say that's what you should give yourself, or allow yourself at least half the time that you've been in that relationship.
Totally agree with that. Like, I think that, and there's also like people who go through a divorce. Like, there was this former radio host. She passed away some years ago, but Dr. Joy Brown, she used to do a radio show, and her rule was the 1 year rule, meaning that 1 year after the divorce is final, you shouldn't be dating anybody until a year has passed after the divorce is final. Not after you broke up, after the divorce is final, because you gotta let that stuff wash out some. And I know a lot of people who get divorced, they do not do that part.
because the divorce took place before the ink dried, before they signed the papers. They was already going through that process. So
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like it should be after the ink dried, a year after that, because while you're going through the process of getting to sign the paperwork, it's a lot of stuff that's happening.
But like Madonna say though, man, some girls just want to have fun. They feel like they've been.
That wasn't McDonald.
Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper. Okay, my bad.
Same difference. Same difference.
Yeah.
They're both from the 80s.
Right.